Thank you so much, Chair. I'm delivering this on behalf of the Civil Society and Indigenous Peoples Mechanism, based on our analysis of the discussions today, but also to offer some recommendations forward to the CFS. Now, I might repeat some what has been said earlier, but please bear with me because we do want to get this across. As it has been said in the morning and afternoon that artificial intelligence and digitalization is expanding faster than our capacity to govern it. Now, this is true in a context where, as highlighted by several panelists and the HLPE representative, that only a handful of tech giants control the clouds, the infrastructures, and algorithms in which the digital realm exists today, including even those applications showcased here as with the potential to support climate modeling and humanitarian action. Now, as right holders, we are deeply concerned about, first of all, this narrative of inevitability of AI and digitalization of food systems technology as if we are stripped of choice. The AI industry is speculative, it's predatory in terms of resources and data, and its economic benefits are largely unevenly distributed. As highlighted in the background note of this meeting, there is extensive evidence of negative impacts of the AI value chain on land, water, energy, with identified risks for data ownership. At the same time, there is no scientific evidence whether generative AI can actually accrue benefits to food security and nutrition. We therefore support the call made earlier by Mr. Pat Mooney and reiterated by Ms. Patty Taylor, but also the Special Rapporteur on the Right to Food, on the CFS to consider establishing a targeted moratorium on hyperscale AI infrastructure because of its potential impacts on food systems until mechanisms for independent assessments, guaranteed transparency, and public accountability are effectively in place. Risk assessment is not only necessary to protect those who use the technology, but those who bear the costs of the resource extraction and infrastructure to materialize it. We also need to ensure that we assess whether AI should be used at all. In some instances, even as the best tool for the job, as it has been said. We strongly believe that AI does not equal innovation. Innovation that effectively support equitable and resilient food systems are grounded in grassroots experiences and farmers' knowledges and experimentation. They are led by farmers and take place all around the world every day to effectively address farmers' needs, manage risks, and feed communities. Now, speakers today have highlighted that while a strategic resource in the digital economy, agricultural and farmers' data ownership, control, and protection remain largely uncertain. Now, in the face of no existing provisions for data governance, the deployment of data-driven technologies is not urgent, rather it's risky. So as mentioned by Ms. Patty Naylor and the Special Rapporteur on the Right to Food, the precautionary principle is crucial, and it should actually guide the adoption of new technologies. As it is, no new medicine is authorized without rigorous clinical trials demonstrating its safety. The same logic should apply to AI systems that may affect livelihoods, human rights, and food security and nutrition. Now, in this context, the CFS has a crucial role to play. Now, besides organizing such dialogues, timely dialogues, which are open and democratic, such as this one, it should also embark on a process to develop a guidance for the governance of AI in food systems. This should be coupled by mechanisms for monitoring its implementation, and ensure technologies adopted in food systems are guided by the right to food, human rights, and public interest, and not agendas led by big tech and agribusiness. The CFS policy recommendations on data need to be implemented specifically around risk assessments, the protection of data and knowledge, also as called by the Special Rapporteur on the right to food. And we also ask the Rome-based agencies to apply these recommendations across their institutions. We believe that the CFS is the best place to guide this process, but also strengthen this coherency between the CFS, the FAO, and other multilateral spaces so that AI governance rules are defined within a transparent, democratic, and right-based framework. We would also welcome an independent report by the high-level panel of experts on on food systems and nutrition to prepare on the impacts of AI, to prepare a report on the impacts of AI in food systems, particularly on employment, inequalities, and injustices, and the rights of affected populations. Artificial intelligence is not just a matter of technological innovation. It is fundamentally a matter of governance. The CFS has a responsibility to ensure that this transition is guided by human rights, public accountability, and the right to food. And finally, we cannot ignore the role that big tech companies like Palantir have in the use of data and digital technologies as a weapon of war and famine. Therefore, the WFP must reassess whether embedding the software of a complicit military contractor within the data ecosystem pertaining the supply of food compromises its mission. Thank you, Chair.